if you're a fan of mysteries like the movie Gone Girl, then you're going to want to get a scoop on the new book titled Vanishing Girls. New York Times bestselling author Lauren Oliver penned this latest psychological thriller, and she joins us now from New York City with the suspenseful details. Good morning, Lauren.
Good morning, Amy. How are you?
Doing well. Now tell me about your inspiration in getting this book written out, Vanishing Girls.
Well, Vanishing Girls is the story of two sisters, Nick and Dara. They're only about a year apart and were once inseparable despite their differences. But after a kind of mysterious accident, their relationship begins to really deteriorate. And it's very difficult to talk about without giving anything away. So I'll leave it at that. But there are several mysteries that kind of intersect over the course of the book. And, you know, it was really in part inspired just by my relationship with my own sister and by wanting to write a book about how having a sibling really affects your sense of identity.
Yes, especially birth order, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I just heard actually that really having a sibling is one of the most formative things. You're more affected by your siblings than even by your parents or your peers in terms of identity formation. So really interesting.
That's very true. I have 3 children myself, a girl being in the middle, and it's a whole different dynamic. Absolutely. And speaking of girls and teens, I know that you specifically have written this book for that age group. Is that correct? The middle-aged and young adults? Middle school grades?
Yeah, it is correct. No, it's actually, so this is a teen book, so probably 14 and up.
Right.
There is some darker themes, but yeah, I've written for all age groups, and of course, as I'm sure you know, at this point, teen books are really read by everyone. So hopefully it will find a pretty broad readership.
Well, I can definitely see my teens digging into this. What are your predictions for the next young adult craze, especially with the popularity of supernatural and realistic storytelling?
Yeah, so I think, there's still a lot of great realistic fiction coming out on the heels of, movies and books like The Fault in Our Stars and Rainbow Rolls at Eleanor Park. I've seen a lot of really cool fantasy Eastern-inspired mythology recently, and I think sci-fi is going to make a comeback. But in general, I'm always hoping as a writer and as a reader that we get less focused on trends and more focused on just celebrating the whole multitude of amazing books that are now published, for and about teens.
That's true. Now, you've had a very successful career. What would you say is your advice on how to balance your business hat as well as your artistic hat?
Well, some of it is just purely time management. And I honestly think that, I'm really... I think it's actually a great balance for me because, writers, we just sit around in our pajamas, failing to take showers and conversing with the voices in our head. It's not necessarily the healthiest thing in the world. So being engaged in the business, working with colleagues, collaboration, that's actually a really healthy, wonderful way to keep me connected to the outside world and also, force me to get better and improve even in my own craft or writing, and that's what it's really all about.
Right. Awesome. Well, good luck with this new book, and we thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having me.
And you can pick up a copy of Vanishing Girls on Amazon.com or wherever you buy your favorite books. We'll be back with more broadcasts right after this.